Hello, everyone. I'm Raven the Goddess, and today is Wisdom Wednesday. Um, I'm gonna just go ahead and jump right into today's topic, which is get comfortable being uncomfortable. Now, what am I talking about today? Well, I feel like in my personal experience, I have I have experienced the most growth when I challenged myself to step outside of my comfort zone. Um, in things that I'm trying to do creative wise, as far as like putting myself out there or sharing my projects and my creations with people. Once I warm up and once I push past that initial resistance, I always end up reaping some sort of reward from it. Now, I do feel like it's important to be able to discern a healthy kind of resistance to pushing past certain comfort zones versus a sort of self-sabotage that prevents you from being able to experience that personal growth. For me, the feeling of discomfort, I can tell the difference between when something's uncomfortable for me in a healthy way versus when it's uncomfortable for me in a way that is kind of like blocking my blessings in a sense. And as you make your way through certain barriers, you'll be able to tell the difference a lot easier. Um, I guess for today's episode, I'm going to share with you some of my own personal methods on how I kind of like, push past certain things that are outside of my comfort zone and things like that. So, the first method I want to share with you about pushing past your comfort zone is to, I know it's going to sound corny, but make a list of pros and cons of what you're about to do. Like, for instance, I have something coming up that normally makes me really nervous, but I know that if I can push past being too nervous to go through with it, that it'll definitely reap some reward. So what I'll do first to kind of hype myself up is just kind of like, what's the pros, what's the cons of going through with this particular action or pushing past this particular self-perceived limitation. But sometimes our mind can kind of like fabricate these not fake, but more so exaggerated list of cons. Like, I'm gonna be scared, I'm gonna have, I'm not gonna be able to go through with it, I'm gonna mess up, everybody's gonna think I'm stupid, everybody's gonna make fun of me, everybody's gonna, and all these are kind of like, they're kind of like empty cons, if that makes sense. Whereas if you have on the positive side something like, this can further my career, or this can put my creative works in front of more people, or this can drive more traffic to my social media page or to my website, or this can help me sell more of my merch, the list of pros is more tangible, it's more based in reality, versus the list of cons, which is kind of like just your mind's fabrication of what ifs, you know, formulated into this list of reasons why you shouldn't do what what you're about to do. My second thing that I like to do is kind of like, I don't know how to word it, like regret motivation or pre-regret motivation. Like, I kind of like imagine myself in a scenario of like being old on my deathbed or something, and like,
I'm sorry I let Mr. Krabs down. I let all of Bikini Bottom down.
sometimes when I kind of like use my imagination in a scenario like that, kind of helps put the fire under my ass a little bit. Like, wait, I don't want to be sitting up here sad, old, in a rocking chair, regretting everything that I didn't do. No, 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 no. And the third method, y'all, I try not to be, what do I want to say? I try not to rain on other people's parades to a certain extent, because I have a philosophy that there's something for everybody, right? So, but I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of creatives out there that are making stuff that, but hey, these people are courageous enough and have enough initiative to really pursue their idea, and they don't give a damn who don't like it. They don't care if you don't like the idea. They don't care if people like, oh, that's whack, that's ugly, because for as many people who don't like it, If you see it kind of like perpetuating and staying around, that means that there's a fan base. That means that there's people who are accepting and actually loving whatever it is that they have to offer. So I'm like, what would have happened if they didn't take that risk? What would happen if they were just like, no, it's gonna be some people that don't like this, or they were too afraid to like push the boundaries, or kind of like just take the chance on certain things just to see what would happen. Now, on the flip side of things, if you're somebody that doesn't support that particular person or whatever it is, what they're doing, then you won't see it. But I kind of like to see it from both sides. It might not be for me, but it's for somebody. And the level of success that that person has on that side kind of motivates me. Well, damn, if they can do that crazy shit, I know that what I'm doing, has a potential for success. And there's no reason why I should hold back if this motherfucker do it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, look at it. It's like, damn, well, what am I so afraid of? In a sense. You get what I'm saying? But that's pretty much all I have to say on that. Just get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Get comfortable with pushing yourself a little bit and telling that pessimistic, negative Nancy, inner voice to just be quiet sometimes. Like, let me do my thing. And if I fail, I fail. Maybe we might be embarrassed. Maybe our ego might be hurt. But there's always tomorrow. So for every failed idea, there's a learning experience, and there's an opportunity to do something different or better the next time. Okay. That was so nice. For off the top of my head, that was pretty nice. I'm not even gonna lie. But that's all for today. So once again, as always, I do hope that something I said today resonated with you in some way or another, motivated you, sparked your thinking, got you going. And as always, I do appreciate inputs, comments, likes, shares. Save it for later if whatever you want to do, whatever form of support that you guys have to offer, I do appreciate it with all my heart. But that's it. Once again, I am Raven the Goddess, and this has been Wisdom Wednesday. Love, light, and blessings. Bye. Ooh, you coming just in time. Because if you coming any sooner, you would have been all up in my video.
You wouldn't have got no food.
What? I wouldn't have got no food.